Well, today I'm in Horsham in Sussex, and this place is known as Mill Farm. It's the home and training base of Hove trainer David Dark. Unbelievably, he took out his licence 18 months ago at the grand old age of 78, but with the support of his family, he's made it a great success.
I started off with pigeon racing at one time. I got nearly up the top of that. Then I got a very bad chest from the pigeons, so they had to go. And then I was just thinking of something else to use with spare time up, with mixed in with the farm. But I can't go away and leave the farm, so I can do the dogs in between and that sort of thing. And yet we've had one or two good helps from the chap who does the do-it-yourself. Jez, he's been very good doing the pen runs. When we was putting the run up, it was snowing one day when we was out there in the snow. We were still doing it. And also I'd like to thank the Greens for good help. Helpful they've been with us, sort of thing. Nothing's been too much trouble for either of them.
It's quite a thing to say you took your licence out, I hope you don't mind me saying, but at 78 years of age. Is it something you wish you'd done sooner?
I very much wished I had done it sooner. I've always liked greyhounds, and I've always used to go greyhound racing with another farmer over at Hursley Point. He had some good dogs, open races and that sort of thing. I quite enjoyed going there. And then I've always thought, well, why don't I give it a go? Everyone said I was mad, converting them. We didn't realise how much work was gone into the stable, the kennels, because that was a big step up, about 6 inches of concrete that all would be broke out before we could start and do anything else to make it all look nice, sort of thing. And then we managed to get a few good dogs, and hopefully we're going to find some better ones.
Well, Ed, today I'm interviewing you as an assistant trainer, but a lot of our viewers will actually know you for another role.
Yes, I do a bit of work for Style Sports as well. Done a bit of toaster on the Greyhound Derby nights, and I'm hoping to get to Oxford in a couple of weeks if Lofty lets me get on the pitch when he's not there. So hopefully, yeah, you'll see me there on a Friday night occasionally. So maybe even bring one of our runners down as well, so we can get two birds with one stone. Glassmoss
Tammy was your first ever winner. What was it like getting that first win?
It very much so, because we went to Swindon and the Greens were there with their dog Bullet, and they thought that was a good dog, and he beat him, which was quite good. I was quite chuffed with that one. Yeah, but that was their dog as well. We owned that one, but they were looking after it before we started, and I thought it was mean to take it away from them because they've done so well with it, so they kept it, and they still got it, and he still races now in A1s and A2s at Brighton, which I'm quite pleased with.
You've also got Sesh Poet's Angel, I think I've said that right, who is a little bit of a monkey. Tell us about her, though. She's been going really well for you.
She has, yeah. We've got her and her sister. They're both divas, as my mum used to call them. Yeah, no, she's good. She's just won 3 in a row for us at Hove. She's up to A3 now, so yeah, no, she's a bit of a mark. She's got funny markings on her face. It always looks like she's got a dirty mouth, but it's just her markings. Yeah, she's a lovely dog, yeah, full of energy, and yeah, no, she's going well.
Her sister is Sportsman's Best, and she's hit a nice bit of form recently too.
Yeah, again, I don't know what we've been feeding them, but they're long may it continue. Yeah, she's won a couple now, and she's won 2 of her last 3, quite impressively. So yeah, long may it continue. So she's a couple of grades below her sister, but she's probably got a bit more scope now as well. So fingers crossed she can get a couple more wins under her belt.
I didn't think they were going to be any good at all, but they've come up trumps. They're in 8s and 7s, and one's in grade 4 now. One won 3 in a row, and I guess you get a nice cut for that, I think, one day. And it's hard to get 3 in a row, because each time they have a win, they go up a grade, and the time she's got her 3rd win, and she's on the 2nd grade.
Errol Mile has been a great servant for your kennel.
Oh yes, he is a favourite. The grandchildren love him. They sit when they come, that's the first thing they do, is go and sit in his kennel with him. And all the morning he was laying there with his feet in the air, having his stomach rubbed. And especially the oldest dog. And when she leaves school, she said she wants to be a kennel girl. But whether she'd change her mind when she gets that older, I don't know.
She certainly loves him, and Ed says that he's likely to end up in your house. Is that right?
I think he could do. Yeah. Nothing's been said yet, but he's got we hope he's got another year or 2 in him yet.
He would probably be our winning most dog for us, winning at Swindon and out at Hove, running a top company at Hove. Yeah, no, he's quite a cheap buy. Again, Gary Winton helped us buy him, and yeah, he's done us proud, really. Probably our flag bearer of the kennel, actually.
Ascot Zoe we've seen as well, who was bought out of the sales last September, but is potentially the one you're most proud of here.
Yeah, two of my colleagues at Star Sports, we went to the sales. We bought a couple of dogs there. One Bandit Millie, who sadly broke a hock a couple of weeks ago at Hove, and this little girl. Two of my colleagues at Star bought her. Everyone said, "Oh, she won't grade on with a time," and then we managed to grade her on straight away. And then said, "Oh no," everyone said, "Oh, she'll never win a race." And well, she got bitched in a month in June, and she's A6 now, so she can't be doing too bad.
How far do you think she can go? What do you think you can get from her?
Well, every time she wins a race, we think that's her ceiling, and then she goes and surprises us again. So, yeah, she's just coming out of seasonal rest. She had her first sprint trial back last Saturday and did the quickest sprint of the day. So, who knows? She might have improved again.
The lady who went to the sales, Kelly, she used to be the manageress of the restaurant at Brighton. She went there and there was no bid for her. And she went to walk around the kennels afterwards and saw her there and saw how poor she looked and rough. She said, "I'm going to take her home just as a pet." And then she said, "Well, Ed would you train it for me?" And we said yes. And they all laughed and said we'd never get it graded, and it graded on the second time round. It graded, and then it didn't win for several races. And they said, the manager down there said, "You have to take him away because he's not good enough." And then he won that time, and he's won about 6 races now for us. And he was only a £600 dog, which is well, my daughter paid £1,500 for a border terrier.
Zazara's Turk as well completes the lineup. Beautiful dog, lovely markings. But what are the plans for him? It's a further trip you need.
Yes, he's owned by a couple of my friends. They've been badgering us for ages to buy a dog. We said, well, if he gets a good one, we'll train it for you. And yeah, he's probably just minor open class. We took him to Romford for a couple of 5.75s. He got through to the maiden final last week, but again, the early pace there, he hasn't quite got it over the 5.75. So we're probably bringing back to Hove. He's graded on over the 6.95. He led a heat of the Regency and then he checked off and put his back out and trailed the field in the end. But we think he will get the 6.95, and probably look to try and find a maiden open over the 6 bends at Swindon or Oxford, something like that. I mean, Ben Keith keeps begging me to take a dog to Oxford, so I suppose I better take one somewhere. So see how he goes.
I think he will be a good dog. He's been messed about a bit at the moment because we've been putting him over shorter distances, and I think once he goes over 6 bends, he's quick at the traps, but he's not really got early pace. But he's coming when the others are finished. I think he wakes up when the race is all over. But I think we're going to try and get over, maybe a little bit further next time. That's maybe 700. Just see how he does. It's only a hobby for us, and that's how we'd like to keep it. Quiet and well, we're not allowed to have more than nine dogs at the moment, but I think we could change that licence when the time comes, I think, if we wanted to. But as we just rightly said just now, Ben, coming up to 80, I don't think I want too many more dogs.